from Michael. He says, what about for those of us who have courses with an average selling price of over $50? I have one course that's set at $80 and have a coupon for $60. I get a small but decent number of students at that price. It seems the changes will kill that. And in general, if you could speak to that type of question where people either feel or believe, or maybe they know from experience that they could get 100, 200 for their courses.
Yeah, this is a really great question. And, I mentioned that 90% of purchases are happening at a price of less than $50 today. But we also know, and I've spoken with a number of instructors who do have an average selling price that's higher than that. And so this is a great question, Michael. I think the first thing to understand here is just, I think we do have some amazing instructors who are able to sell at this higher average selling price. And that is fantastic. And what we're finding is it's oftentimes folks who have their own followings, and who have built that close relationship over time, and so there's a lot of trust with students in the value of the course. What we believe pretty deeply is that this type of pricing, $20 to $50, really is the future of online courses, and that in the future, the online course is the pricing structure of it, maybe not the exact pricing itself, but it's going to end up looking a lot more like book pricing, where it's this on-demand learning resource, and as a result, you price it in a way that makes it accessible to millions, tens of millions of folks. And that's a big part of the mission for us, right, is making learning more accessible. And we think that's a big part of why many of our instructors are here as well. And we really believe that for most of our instructors, it's about this price times volume equation when it comes to the earnings, right? There's, first of all, a deep passion for what you're teaching and for helping students succeed. And then there's also the desire to be able to earn an income from it. And our belief is that for most folks, that price times volume equation is actually going to work out better if your list price is in the $20 to $50 band. Mm-hmm. And so, so that's why we think it's important to have that cap at $50. But I'll also acknowledge, I know there are some very real cases where folks are just like, hey, I know I can command a higher price point, and I believe I should, and I think that's a very fair and real reaction. I'll also say here, I think that this doesn't mean that any online course or any version of an online course could never be worth more than $50. Right? Like I think you could imagine in the future at some point, and on Udemy, elsewhere on the web, wherever it is, you can imagine a course that is worth hundreds of dollars, that has maybe a different experience than Udemy's experience today, right? Udemy's experience today, or the experience in many of our courses, is it's more on demand. You're learning a lot through videos, a little bit of interaction through discussions, through quizzes, but you could imagine an experience that is a lot richer in interaction, where there are, blab type discussions being led by your instructor, where there are really rich community interactions, where there are assignments being graded. So I think you could imagine some experiences that are worth way more than $50, right? And maybe those are type of experiences that we should explore. And I think those are really interesting questions. I think what we've tried to do is just be honest with ourselves about the willingness to pay of students for most courses on Udemy, and try to find that balance and being real about that, and keeping courses affordable for students, and then still enabling instructors to really maximize this price times volume equation. So yeah, hopefully that helps. A few different thoughts on courses priced over 50.
Yeah, I think that helps a lot, because I'm sure, and there are a lot of people that have maybe their Udemy course on their own site, or a different course, or people not on Udemy who are charging that $500,000 plus range for a course, but the experience is different.